What's up, Kings? Been wanting to make this video for a long time. Today we're going to be breaking down some truly great fights with a mage. The goal is to help new druids or PvPers in general, so I'll be pausing here and there to break down key moments. I also wanted to give you a peek into my mind while I'm dueling, so let's get right into it.
Good luck.
So here I am, thinking I'm going to get a normal mage gank. Ambush into backstab. Couldn't get the second backstab because I'm bad. Gonna miss the grenade here. I was pretty surprised by that. I thought I hit him for sure. And then he sends me a little parting gift. We'll pause right now. So there's a couple things to note here. First is the rocket boots. When you see rocket boots on a mage or a hunter, or pretty much any class for that matter, you know you're going to be dealing with an above average PvPer. So that's definitely a little tip off to be more on your guard than you normally would be. Second is his spec. Even though he's already used the Palm Pyro, you're actually still in a lot of danger at this health. He could come around the corner and do a Blast Wave Cone of Cold Fire Blast combo and easily kill you. Bear with me for a moment while I nerd out on this final point. There is so much beauty in this image you see here if we take a moment to appreciate it. We are both employing the ancient Chinese tactic of baiting. Appear strong when you are weak. Appear weak when you are strong. Sun Tzu, Epic Gamer. Both of us at low health are trying to tempt one another into fully committing. He wants to get me into melee, so his Blast Wave Cone of Cold combo is easier to land. Cone of Cold can be tricky, and I want to get into melee so I can do cat things and hopefully kill him. To survive his burst, I have Arena Grandmaster, a potion, and medicine bag, so naturally I turn around and go for it. But he has a trick of his own. A perfectly timed limited invulnerability potion, popped at the last possible moment to reel me in. As I was walking away from that fight, I couldn't help but think to myself, damn, that guy's better than me. And I was hoping we would fight again soon. Soon turned out to be not even 5 minutes later as I catch him coming down the hallway looking for me. Open with ambush, kite back. I don't want to fight him on the bridge. We aggro the guard, that's nightmare fuel, but I feel pretty confident fighting on my stoop here. Just the Blast Wave Fire Blast gets me to half health, so I back off a little bit. Health potion. I want to keep my health high to avoid his burst. Get the hots rolling and I'm feeling confident. He hits me with the Rocket Helm, which would be scary, but the Lobby decides to help. War Stomp to interrupt. Fear. Trinket. Wanted to pause for a second, just point out that he Tidal Charms me at the same time I'm getting feared. So I'm already in the motion of hitting my Trinket, and it cleanses both of them. Unfortunate timing for the mage. This Warlock keeps gimping him. Slight misplay from me here. I should have chased him down and killed him. I nearly had full mana and health and 4 combo points on him. But the threat of the Warlock landing a fear on me was so scary that I just chose to go reset instead. I don't think he was expecting me to come out of the building so quick, but we eat his Palm Pyro and cat, which is not good, but a nasty string of crits lands us the victory. Not gonna lie, I was feeling pretty good after that win. That Warlock though did scuff the fight, for sure. Something to keep in mind is that stoop is pretty much the scariest place imaginable for a mage to duel me. Just about as unfavorable terrain as it gets. His entire win condition revolves around setting up a nasty combo on me, more or less. And my win condition is breaking up that combo, so if there's a lot of line of sight and terrain issues, it's really good for me.
You seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you.
Round 3 here. Our friend is back for more.
It's too far
This is the
away.
ambush right there. It's okay. I really didn't want to open on him with the civvy. So close anyways. He's searching for me with Arcane Explosion. He knows I'm lurking on my stoop. Gets me with it. And look at this damage, folks. Just Blast Wave, Fire Blast, and a half health. Here's the terrain issues. The LOS gives me just enough time to health potion and go back into bear to eat the pyro. Still in dire straits, though. He lands in a beautiful Goblin Mortar there. Would have been the KO if he got that grenade too, and we are running for our life. Not a whole lot of options for us because of the guard chasing. He has the option of mounting up and chasing, which he's doing right now. I thought about running past Officer Pomeroy there, but with that amount of health, he can just drop you. We get into this room here, and I get a little bit of a reset off. Still in no shape to finish the fight. Our only option is to get him to blink the wrong way, which he did, and keep running. Every time he catches up to me, for the most part, that's what I'm trying to do, is get him to blink the wrong way and keep running until I get a full reset. Right here, I'm actually scouting for him. I didn't know which way he went, and it's pretty scary if he gets right up on top of you. Unfortunately, I bumped right into him, so we're fighting for our life again. Going back to the old tactic, forcing him to blink the wrong way, running the opposite direction. He didn't really have a choice. He had to blink that. I have to run past the guard here. Thankfully, we have just enough health. And look at these grenades. Neither of these grenades were easy to land. We both hit each other at the same time. I'm laughing my ass off at this point. He used Skull of Impending Doom to keep up with me there, but it drained all of his mana, so he couldn't finish the kill. We finally slip away and get a full reset off. I'm starting to understand my opponent though, and I know he's not going to let me off the hook that easy. That's why you see me scanning around. I know he's lurking. I was under the assumption that he knew where I was, but I don't think he would have done this if he knew. Because he's sitting, we get a nasty free crit on our ambush, which gives us a great opener. But he's running towards an area I really don't want to follow him into. There's a civilian over there, and beating him with guards on me sounds like a far reach. And I'll be completely honest with you, viewer, I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. This is borderline experimental territory. I felt pretty safe because I had Gnomish Invisibility Cloak, but he immediately knocks me out of it with Blizzard. Another sure sign of a gamer if they recognize the Invisibility Cloak right off the bat. Just being a little tricky here, trying to keep my opponent off balance. More poor decisions from me, though. I really have no business re-engaging with him right here in this location with not full mana. And I knew this too at the time. I just can't help myself sometimes. My greed is immediately punished in the harshest possible way, and we barely survive the encounter. It goes to show that this duel is on a knife's edge for both of us, and either of us can lose with just one or two mistakes.
That spell is
We can also plainly see without the stoop, this fight becomes quite the challenge, and I'm definitely on the back foot. He's pushed me away multiple times, and I would say he's won this round fair and square. Funny side note that he actually chooses the right direction first here. You would think I would go right towards the empty hallway and not left, but correctly reads me again there. It's pretty impressive. I'm still entertaining the possibility he's following me at this point. He's inside my head for sure. While I'm recovering, I wanted to nerd out one last time before the final duel. A sort of soft skill that doesn't get touched on enough is the ability to recognize what type of player you're fighting. As you develop your own techniques, you'll notice good players generally fall into three archetypes: aggressive, defensive, or what I call tricky types of players. A lot of cooldowns in this game can be used either way, and the decision your opponent makes with those cooldowns reveals themselves to you, for you to read, pick up on, and exploit. I'll give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. A warrior charges you and immediately uses free action potion and reckoning. That's an aggressive player. He's trying not to let you reset at all and kill you within that FAP. He's all-inning you, so to speak, in an RTS term. It's important to recognize that as early as possible and adjust to it. Plan on that warrior using his PvP trinket in the most aggressive possible way too. He's all in. Example 2. A warrior holds his potion. Let's assume he's a good warrior, of course, but he's holding his potion. Okay, weird. Why is he holding his potion? Why is he not making the most obvious good play of using free action and reckoning? Sometimes it's to lure you into a false sense of security, so he can use lap and intercept you out of form when you didn't expect it. Sometimes the plan is to outlast you with a healing potion. Any of these examples will require an adjustment from you, so it's best to develop this skill as best you can. Trust your gut. You won't always be right, and that's okay. This is one small example from one small choice in one matchup. But you can extrapolate this line of thinking in a million different ways and truly begin to read your opponents. All that being said, my opponent is very skilled in this regard. He's read me correctly at nearly every opportunity to do so, save for a few. It's a rare skill to have, and I wanted to take a moment to explain it and appreciate it. On to the final duel. Here we are on the stoop for our final battle. I decided to go with bar up peasant collar again and net for my final trinkets. Net goes up quite a bit in value versus fire mage, as they no longer have 2 ice blocks to deal with it very easily.
Yes.
By some dark and evil magic, he manages to fat finger lip right as I'm about to open on him, thus negating everything. I use bar up after he blast waves, but he simply sappers them away. Nice play from him. I'm half health and I hear the woo 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 of presence of mind, so I know my death is near, so I immediately health potion and line of sight around the boxes. Now I feel safe enough to full commit. Probably should have eaten the Palm Pyro and Bear though. I get lucky here, and some of his title charm stun is DR'd by his previous impact stun, so I managed to interrupt his fireball with the War Stomp. He gets a nice evocation off around the corner, and I do not want to chase him down that hallway. I thought we would go our separate ways after this fight and both fully reset. But he has a moment of indecision here and considers chasing me up to the stoop, so I counter with an aggressive net, which forces him to blink, which sets up the kill. GG. My victory doesn't last long though, as Chad Wizard, the gnome mage, chases me down and delivers justice. Shout out to my opponent Reefey. Great dude. He not only gave me some good duels to talk about, but then gave his explicit blessing for me to post them without me even asking. If you see him out there, show him some love. And thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you in some small way. If you like this kind of content, let me know in the comments, or you can ask for anything you'd like. Sorry it took so long for this to get out for those that were waiting. It started as this simple video where I just kind of chatted about the fights, and then I way overcooked and it became this behemoth of a video. I hope I landed in the happy middle. I have a new episode of Owning and Getting Owned, coming out tomorrow. Hope you enjoy that. Until then, good luck out there.